Welcome everyone to another episode of Extreme Power, No Handling, and today we're dealing with the 1986 Lamborghini LM002. Now it has a 1118 horsepower V12 engine and it weighs 6,666 pounds. So yeah, this is a big car, as you can probably see, and it does weigh a hell of a lot, so I don't think that power is going to have too much effect in terms of its handling. But it doesn't handle really at all standard anyway, so yeah, and it has a hell of a lot more power than it does standard. So yeah, this was originally made to be a military vehicle. God knows why, because it had a V12 from a Countach originally, so it's not exactly going to be practical. But yeah, let's see what it can do. See all that weight, and it's probably going to give us a lot of body roll to contend with, because it does have a lot of body roll stock. So with all this extra power, it's probably going to have even more. Plus it is all-wheel drive, so it's probably going to have some understeer to go with that as well. This isn't the original V12, by the way, it's a V12 from the Enzo, because you couldn't get all that much power out of the original engine. Well, it's not understeer, it's just a shit ton of oversteer. Wasn't expecting that. This was dubbed the Lambo back in the 80s, by the way, which I think is fitting, because this does look like something that Rambo would drive. As you can see, even though it does have all that weight, it's still pretty quick at accelerating. Thankfully it does have quite wide, so grip wise it's not lacking like a lot of cars that we take on this series, but it's still struggling with all that power in terms of oversteer. Brakes are actually fairly decent, but then again it did weigh this much back in the 80s, so I guess they had to be. Have all that oversteer like last time. Oh, there we go again, it's doing it. At times it is easy to drive, at other times it's just not. It suddenly snaps to oversteer, or you'll get a tad of understeer on a corner. A lot of the time there's no warning about having oversteer like that. It just happens. Guess it kind of keeps in with the tradition of Lamborghinis having mental handling. Right, last lap, and we're not doing all that well in terms of the last lap that we just did. That is the slowest so far. Maybe we'll get a bit faster on this one. Really slow down to stop the oversteer, but even then, as you saw, it started to do it again. bit of off-roading in an off-road car, kind of, you know. And there we go. Finally did get a good lap in at the end. And the time... 1 minute 37:09. So that, I think, is... Let's have a look. Yep, it's quicker than the Volkswagen camper van, which I guess is no surprise considering how poor the suspension is and that. It's more than 3 seconds quicker than that camper van. But yeah, it's still slower than the Ford F-150 Raptor, which I guess proves how decent in terms of handling that car is for what it is. So yeah, not bad, but you know, certainly not last. I think that camper van might well be the slowest that we're ever going to have on this series at this rate. So yeah, not bad at all. Certainly better than I was expecting, and didn't have as much in terms of body roll and bad handling as I was expecting, despite the oversteer, and it certainly had decent enough brakes to help stop all that weight. But yeah, pretty decent. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.